Heated online debate among President-elect Donald Trump's supporters has exposed what's being called a MAGA civil war. Trump's tech allies, like billionaire Elon Musk and his longtime base, are deeply divided over visas for highly skilled immigrant workers. The feud exposes cracks in the MAGA camp between the converts in Silicon Valley and the loyalists on Capitol Hill. And it's a preview for possible challenges ahead over a signature issue of the president-elect's campaign: immigration.
The H-1B visa is a temporary, non-immigrant visa program in the United States designed to enable employers to recruit and employ highly skilled foreign workers in specialty occupations. Introduced in 1990 under the Immigration Act, the H-1B visa has become a cornerstone of the U.S. immigration system, especially for high-tech industries. However, its implications are far-reaching, with profound economic and social impacts. We delve into the history of the H-1B visa, its contributions to the American economy, and the economic dynamics that intertwine corporate incentives and labor market strategies. Historical background of the H-1B visa. The Immigration Act of 1990, signed into law by President George H.W. Bush, introduced the H-1B visa as part of broader immigration reforms aimed at enhancing the competitiveness of the U.S. economy. The Act established the visa to attract highly skilled workers in fields such as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. Initially, the H-1B program allowed up to 65,000 foreign workers annually, with an additional 20,000 visas set aside for those holding advanced degrees from U.S. institutions. The visa was granted for an initial period of 3 years, extendable for another 3 years. Over time, the cap and conditions for the H-1B program have undergone multiple revisions due to evolving economic needs and political debates. One of the most significant legislative changes occurred in 2000 with the American Competitiveness in the 21st Century Act, AC 21, which temporarily raised the annual cap to 195,000. This reflected the burgeoning demand for skilled labor during the dot-com boom. Subsequent years have seen fluctuating caps and ongoing debates about the program's impact on the U.S. workforce. Contributions of H-1B visa holders to the American economy. H-1B visa holders have played a pivotal role in driving economic growth and innovation, particularly in the technology sector. According to the National Foundation for American Policy, NFAP, more than half of the billion-dollar startups in the United States have at least one immigrant founder, many of whom initially entered the country on H-1B visas. Companies like Google, Tesla, and Amazon have benefited significantly from the contributions of H-1B workers. Data from the U.S. Department of Labor indicates that H-1B workers are predominantly employed in industries that rely heavily on advanced technical skills. For instance, in 2021, approximately 69% of H-1B visa petitions were filed for computer-related occupations. The inflow of these skilled workers has enabled companies to innovate and maintain global competitiveness. Contrary to the criticism that H-1B workers displace American workers, multiple studies suggest that they contribute to job creation. A 2011 study by the American Enterprise Institute, AEI, found that every H-1B visa holder is associated with the creation of 1.83 new jobs for U.S. citizens. This multiplier effect stems from the ability of highly skilled workers to enhance productivity and foster business expansion. The economic impact of H-1B workers extends beyond their immediate roles. For example, in the tech industry, H-1B employees often spearhead the development of new products and services, which in turn generate ancillary employment in marketing, sales, and customer support. H-1B visa holders make substantial contributions to federal, state, and local tax revenues. Since they are often employed in high-paying jobs, their income tax payments significantly bolster public finances. A 2017 report by the Partnership for a New American Economy estimated that H-1B visa holders contributed $5 billion in federal income taxes and $2 billion in state and local taxes annually. In addition to income taxes, H-1B workers contribute to Social Security and Medicare, even though many may not qualify for benefits if they eventually leave the United States. These contributions represent a financial boon for these programs, helping sustain their solvency. A significant number of H-1B visa holders are graduates of U.S. universities. The visa program, therefore, acts as a bridge between the American higher education system and the labor market. By enabling these graduates to remain in the country, the H-1B program helps the United States retain global talent that would otherwise benefit other economies. The National Science Foundation, NSF, reports that 35% of all American STEM PhD graduates are foreign-born, many of whom transition to H-1B visas. The role of corporate interests and economic exploitation. While the H-1B visa program has undeniable economic benefits, it also reflects the complexities of corporate behavior and labor economics. Critics argue that the program allows companies to exploit highly skilled foreign workers by paying them less than their American counterparts and using them to suppress wage growth in certain sectors. The US Department of Labor's H-1B wage data reveals that many employers pay H-1B workers' salaries at the lower end of the legally required wage scale. This practice arises from the program's tiered wage system, which allows companies to classify jobs based on skill levels and pay the corresponding minimum wage. A 2021 study by the Economic Policy Institute, EPI, found that 60% of H-1B positions were certified at the two lowest wage levels, indicating that many H-1B workers earn less than the median salary for their roles. Certain industries, particularly information technology, have become heavily reliant on H-1B workers. Outsourcing firms such as Infosys, TCS and Wipro are among the largest users of the H-1B program, often hiring workers for lower wages than their US counterparts. This has led to concerns about buying talent at a discount while sidelining domestic workers, economic incentives and profit margins. The corporate use of H-1B visas can be viewed through the lens of economic efficiency. By hiring skilled foreign workers at relatively lower wages, companies can reduce labor costs and increase profit margins. This dynamic is especially evident in high-demand sectors like software engineering, where the competition for talent is fierce. Critics argue that this reliance on lower-cost H-1B labor undermines the bargaining power of US workers and exacerbates income inequality. Proponents, however, counter that the cost savings enable companies to reinvest in research and development, thereby driving innovation and creating downstream economic benefits. The H-1B visa program's dual role as an economic catalyst and a mechanism for labor market manipulation underscores the need for balanced reforms. Policymakers face the challenge of maximizing the program's benefits while addressing its shortcomings. Increasing wage transparency, requiring employers to pay H-1B workers' salaries closer to or above the market median could mitigate concerns about wage suppression. Targeted skill. Prioritization. Adjusting the visa allocation process to prioritize higher skilled and higher paid applicants could ensure that the program attracts the most qualified talent. Quota adjustments, revisiting the annual cap and redistributing unused visas could better align the program with current economic needs. Enhanced oversight, strengthening regulatory oversight of companies that hire H-1B workers could reduce instances of abuse and ensure compliance with labor standards. Ultimately, the debate surrounding the H-1B program reflects broader questions about globalization, labor mobility, and corporate accountability. Striking the right balance between welcoming global talent and protecting domestic workers is a nuanced task that requires careful consideration of economic and social factors. The H-1B visa program has been a vital instrument for fostering economic growth, innovation, and global competitiveness in the United States. By enabling the entry of highly skilled foreign workers, it has enriched industries, contributed to public finances, and enhanced the country's technological leadership. However, the program also highlights the tensions between corporate interests and labor equity. As the United States navigates the challenges of a rapidly evolving global economy, the H-1B visa program will remain a key policy tool. Its success depends on striking a balance between harnessing the benefits of skilled immigration and ensuring fairness for all workers. By addressing these challenges through thoughtful reforms, the program can continue to serve as a pillar of economic strength and innovation in the years to come.